Hello and welcome. I'm Kevin Reid, editor of Accountancy Age. I'm here in the Comedy Pub having a second attempt at broadcasting Accountancy Age's Friday afternoon live broadcast. Sorry if you were with us a little bit earlier, it didn't work. But that is the beauty of technology and trying to do things live. Anyway, today we're going to run through a couple of key issues from the week. Unsurprisingly, we'll touch on the budget and kind of Chancellor Osborne's direction of travel and what that may mean for your clients and for you as advisors. We'll also touch on a few other stories around mid-market accountancy firms. A couple of mergers have gone on in the last week or so. We'll also talk about Price Bailey's move towards shared ownership in terms of providing some shares to to all of their staff, which is really interesting. And obviously with Periscope, if you're watching us live, feel free to send us in your questions as we go along. It'd be great to get some interaction with you. Okay, let's start on the budget. So obviously a much busier budget from Osborne than the previous 5 or so that we've seen from him. Lots of changes. I think in general for the advisor community, it's probably a bit of a pain in the backside really. Been lots of changes that weren't really trailed. I mean, we can talk about non-DOMs, the changes to the tax treatment of people that operate with buy-to-let mortgages, there's dividends as well, obviously a huge issue. And from the Accountancy Age point of view, I think we heard a lot from George Osborne in the first few years in government, in the coalition, about tax certainty. We had lots of kind of boring budgets and everything well trailed and well consulted, which I think from a journalist's point of view, it does make it a little bit more dull, but it's probably a good thing for advisors and clients. Obviously that has changed this time round. It's trying to fill the austerity gap. So lots of tax changes to bring in more revenues. Lots of that's aimed at the middle earners, owner-managed businesses and directors. Then on the other hand, of course, there's been a big push on welfare. Now he's trying to obviously manage this out so that the hit isn't too strong all in one go. But if you've seen the reports from the Institute of Fiscal Studies, they've obviously given him, and obviously you make your fees when lots of deals are going through. Now you're having to do some hard yards. So I wish you all the best for that. Of course, with more complexity added into the system, it often means that the system itself can be gamed. So it'll be interesting to see whether we find any clients being pushed through any particular schemes or direction of travel that HMRC won't like. So I think that's going to be a really interesting one to watch out for in the next 2 or 3 years or so. Moving on from the budgets, I'm getting a bit sick of that, I don't know about you guys. But on the accountancy firm front, we've had a couple of mergers. So MHA MacIntyre Hudson has merged with Bloomerheaven. Really interesting deal because Bloomerheaven is actually part of MacIntyre Hudson's MHA network. And as I'm sure you're aware, I mean, that network's been running for a few years now. Rakesh Shornak, who is its managing partner, has talked a lot about formalising arrangements with the member firms that, it's informal, you're within you're members of the network, but eventually starting to tie those links closer. This Bloomerheaven deal, I think, is going to be a really big one, and the other member firms of MHA will, I think, be watching very closely to see how that pans out. For Rakesh, I think he's going to be absolutely delighted with that, and with them also looking to push further in the Kent region. MacIntyre Hudson, very, very busy firm at the moment, so lots to keep an eye out for there. We've also had Menzies and Harris Lipman merge, and Harris Lipman merging into Menzies, I think, is indicative of the tough times that smaller firms are having out there. And Harris Lipman went through a period a few years ago where it was looking to merge. That didn't happen. I think that was probably quite disruptive for the firm. And when you're small, any kind of disruption can be really, really dangerous. And obviously now they're part of Menzies, I think they'll feel a lot more comforted. I think we'll see many more of those kind of deals. Lots of smaller firms with perhaps baby boomers in charge looking to get themselves merged and stable within a bigger practice. The other issue to bear in mind is Price Bailey, and Price Bailey has obviously set up a shared ownership model where they've started providing shares to their staff, and Price Bailey have done this deal where their staff that are below, that have worked there for more than a year, will be able to take on £250 of shares. That's a really nice deal for them. It doesn't make a massive difference in terms of voting arrangements, but it just makes the staff feel closer in. And obviously, we're waiting for Grant Thornton to come up with their grand scheme of how they're going to manage shared ownership. So well done to Price Bailey, and have a look at the Accountancy site. You can find out more details about that deal. We've also have our British Accountancy Awards video up on the site. There's still a week to go if you're looking to enter the awards, so it'd be really great to have you on board. Check that out as well. And once again, thank you to Raoul, the manager of the comedy pub here, for letting us do this video. So thanks for watching. Any questions, Callum? Anything we need to broach? Okay, great. Well, join us next week for the next Friday afternoon live. And cheers.